video, and today I'm with my lovely grade 10 ladies. You can't see their face, I'm so sorry, but we are going to do some simple garnishes today. Alright, so let's go. So the first thing we are going to do is scallion. Welcome to another video, and today we are going to do a voiceover on this video. Alright, so we are doing some garnishes that will help you in your SBAs, or persons who are doing your SBAs. So I have my tools with me. First, I'm actually showing cold water, so I put ice. So I'm actually going to do scallion curls, so you have to have cold water. If you notice, I'm using a carving knife, and because this scallion is already cold, it's actually curling naturally, but you can use the cold water to get the reaction of the scallion to get it more curly. You can do bigger strips. I'm just using a carving knife now to do that with a cutting board, of course. So I'm just making small cuts, and if you notice, the small cuts that I'm actually making is getting really curly as you go along. All right, so I'm just cutting off some extra pieces of scallion. So we normally use the parsley, but we know in the Caribbean parsley is very expensive, so we can use our natural scallion, which is much cheaper to do our curls. All right, so I'm just using a little strips now, so you can use a bigger piece of scallion. You can also use a smaller piece of scallion as well. So I'm just using different sizes so that you can have variety. All right, just using the tip of the knife to cut the edges, and as you notice for this one as well, the curls are really finer, but we are getting the results. All right, just doing some more cut. There you go. All right, so you have to have a little carving knife or turning knife that will help you with the finer cuts. You can use a utility knife, but it's best to use a carving knife. So I'm just getting some more curls, doing a lot of curls, just to show the students, how they can actually do it. So these are just some simple garnishes that I know that most of our students who are not really familiar with garnishes can help themselves as they go along. Alright, so I'm just putting in the cold water again. So I'm just going to do one more just to emphasize this. Alright, so I'm cutting off the excess, making my cut again, using the cutting board, right? Making some smaller cuts. And you see, as I cut, it is curling along because, as I mentioned before, the scallion was in the fridge, so it has some coldness to it. Putting those in the water. So I'm just going to use simple cut of cucumber. And in cucumber, we can do a lot of styles or a lot of garnishes as it relates to cucumber. My knife was really dull at the time, so I'm using my carving knife. Alright, so I'm just going to make small cuts so I can put onto a platter. I'm also cutting carrots so I can make different shapes with carrots. So I'm just cutting that to make maybe a little star. So I'm just going to use the carving knife now to take out the different curves as you go along. So I'm just cutting just a little piece out, maybe 4 times around the ring, right? So we can get the shape when we put it on the cutting board and doing smaller cuts. All right, that's what I'm actually doing right now. So we are cutting out different strips, and we can actually use those strips as well to make different garnishes and to put onto your plate. But for now, I just want different small cuts of carrots. There we go, that's the first one. There's another one. All right, so you notice we are using our cutting board and we are moving our fingers as we go along because we don't want to have any accident. All right, so that's making some simple cut. So these simple cuts our students can actually do. Next time I will do some more advanced garnishes for some more advanced students. All right, so I'm just putting them on the plate randomly now. And see, I actually put one that is not cut, so I'm going to change it in a bit. So here I go, taking it out and put the one that I already cut. All right, so I'm just cutting the cucumber now. So I cut the cucumber in two first, and then I just make simple cuts or simple slices, even slices. All right, if you notice my finger moving as I go along, so I'm cutting as I go along. Alright, so I'm just going to cut another one. I'm going to cut as well, do the same procedure. You can use a utility knife or a chef knife to do this, but it's much easier if you're doing it for the first time, doing garnish for the first time. It's easier for you to use the paring knife. Alright, so I'm just going to place, maybe I do a little circle here. That's really simple. So I place one cucumber, and then I vice versa. So I spin it right. So I turn it upside down. Then I'm just going to make a circle. So for your SBA number 1 for salad, you can do vegetable arrangement. So you can arrange your vegetable like this and put some more vegetable on the plate so it can be full. But for this garnish, you can just garnish just the rim of the plate, and then you can put your food items inside. Alright, so I'm just placing all my cucumbers around. Alright, just around on the plate, just making a circle on the rim. Don't want to let this video too long, but just showing you. So we are going to do that all around. And you can make different cuts with cucumber. In doing garnishing with using cucumber, it's endless. It's a lot of garnishes that you can actually do by using the cucumber. Alright, so almost finishing now. Maybe 2 slices left. There you go. Alright, so I'm just going to place the carrots that we cut early on with the design. Just place it randomly. So I'm going to put it 2 more, 1 more side. And then you can put your food item in the center and you'll be fine. So if you are molding rice or you're doing like potato, you can put it in the middle. I'm also going to show another garnish that you can use. So I'm going to use a rose. So I'm actually using a simple tomato. I'm just going to peel it. So just like how you peel your oranges, you can actually peel the tomato in that same manner. So as again, I'm using a paring knife, and if you use a more firm tomato, it will give you good results. So I'm just peeling as I go along, and then you roll it. So just peel in, almost finish. All right, so just peel in, and then we are going to roll it into a little small rolls. So let's see the result. All right, so I'm going to turn it, and you can turn it and use either the outer part of the tomato, or you can use the inner part. So this one I'm using the inner part, so when I rolled it, you'll be seeing the inner part showing outside. So you can turn your rolls any section. All right, so the sheen part can be outside or it can be inside, it doesn't really matter. All right, so I'm rolling using my fingers to just hold it together. Almost there, and then you can get a simple rolls. All right, maybe I was holding it too tight, but it's gonna give that result anyway. I'm gonna take off the edge, so you can tear it off, and then you put it down on the plate. So I'm gonna put it down on the plate now for you to see the simple rolls reaction. All right, so at this point it was not holding as much, but it will fit, so I place it underneath. All right, so we went back to the scallion to see if it's curling, and there we go, there is our rolls. All right, very good. So we can use onion. I actually have a purple onion. You can use white onion as well, but we are going to use the purple onion. So I'm just cutting off a little piece of the shell or the outer part of the onion, and we are going to make the rolls. So to make the rolls for the onion, you have to make diagonal cuts. So we are doing it all around. So that's the first cut. So we are cutting it slant, as I mentioned, diagonal cut. And you use a carving knife, again, it's very small, and you cut way to the center or the middle of that onion. All right, so we are doing all of that. You don't have to take off the skin if you don't want to. You can cut it as you go along. When we are finished, then you can remove the skin. So it's optional. You can take the skin off, or you can just use the skin as is and make your diagonal cuts. All right, so we are cutting way down. If you notice, I'm holding the onion very, very firm. Yes, so I'm cutting way down, diagonal, all around this onion. Almost there. And then we are going to see the result. So this is called a rose. We call it an onion rose. All right, see? And then we are going to open it. There you go. Wow. And you should hear my students' reaction. All right, so we have the onion rose. All right, we can put a little twist to it, so we can remove the different section of the onions and just take it off, so we can get a level head, because sometimes when you do it like that, it's kind of lean. My first shell break off, so I'm just going to open and pull all those sections apart. There we go, and then reassemble it. So the next one that we have at the side, you can place it as is. You can pull it, the shell apart, that one and break, and then we are going to open the rest of them. That one break, but we still can use it as well. So we're just putting a little twist to it. However, when I was cutting this part of the onion, it have a default. So normally, you know that onions have the entire ring around. This one had two, so it was difficult for me, but we're coming on. So I'm going to show you where I'm talking about. So right at the bottom, it actually have a default. Normally it's just one circle around, so I just place everything down, but you can pull it apart and rearrange it. I'm just cleaning up the different onion parts on it, and that's fine. So here we have the onion rose. As I said, you can use the white onion or the purple onion. The white onion, though, if you want to get different colors, you can actually use food coloring, and then you can get a different reaction. All right, so I'm just using the next onion on a different plate, showing you the curl. the scallion curl really curly and nice, and you can put other food item on the plate. So maybe I could put maybe a piece of a red, so I'm going to cut the another rose, but at this time we are going to use a tomato. So if you find it difficult to do the the tomato rolls by peeling it, you can also do it like this. Do the diagonal cut, and you can also get a rose effect as well. So the same way that we did the purple onion is the same way we are doing this tomato as well. And sometimes you can get bigger tomato or salad, and it gives you a different effect. All right, so I was pulling apart now, but I realized I have to go again and make sure all the cuts are clean, so when we open the tomato we'll get a clean cut. So I'm going again. So you have to cut way to the center. All right, so I have to go again, make sure it can pull apart easily when I make those diagonal cuts. Alright, there we go. Nice rose. See, colors are really nice. Alright, make sure your plates are clean. Very good. Alright, so we are making a lot of strips here, right? So these are just some simple cuts. If you want to make like a basket, this is actually a lemon. You can use like melon, or you can use pineapple if you're going to make your centerpiece and you want to do a simple garnish as well. You can use the melon, as I mentioned. You can also use your cantaloupe. You can also use your pineapple. Here I'm using a lemon. So I'm just going to show you. So I make a cut from the top of the lemon to the side. So I'm taking off the sides now. That's the first side, so I'm doing the next side. So that's the right, so I'm doing the left. So we're actually making a basket. And then we are going to take out the inside piece. You can remove the bottom piece as well and put different fruits at the bottom, you know, for variety. Alright, so next time I'll show you some more advanced garnishing. But these are some simple garnishes that you can use to make your dishes really appealing. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy every bit of it. Any questions, you can put it in the comment section. I will answer. Any videos that you want me to do related to foods or clothing and textile or management, I will be able to assist in that manner. So this is our basket, right? Here we go. So you can clean it up really nice. As I said, you can use the same carving knife and take out all of the centerpiece and put different food items, and then you can display your basket. Thank you so much for watching. Hope that you learned something today. Bye. Thank you.